a side hustle is literally something that you are doing now, and one day it could be a business, or you're just doing it now so that it can pay the bills. Regardless of what motivation you have for it, side hustle requires more than just doing it. It needs your heart, it needs dedication, it needs focus, it needs you to be present. If you don't know these things, because I also didn't go in with all the knowledge and knowing exactly what to do, I was like, snap, yes. No, it's a matter of, hi, do you speak English? Do you know how to read? Write? There's no excuse for you to be poor, darling. Gaan. It is raining and I don't want to take too long because I feel like it's gonna rain this whole weekend, so I might as well shoot this today, and I know it's done. This is literally my favorite topic, because it's an exciting journey for me to dabble from one department to another and in terms of finding employment, trying to find stability, but in the process learning your way around this, this hustling, this being alive, this adulting thing. You literally need no degree for this. No degree for any of these jobs that I'm going to give you. Some, depending on your circumstances and what you are able to bring on the platter, that's honestly what you can serve. Because a side hustle, it's literally about your skill. I have the shout out for the week before I start. Remember guys, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so please do subscribe. Otherwise, this is the SiiTHEMBS shout out for the week. This SiiTHEMBS shout goes to a beautiful subscriber for always popping into my channel. Thank you so much for commenting, for liking and sharing my rainbow energy. If you'd like a mention on this cute spot on my channel, all you need to do is subscribe down below and click that bell button so that you can get your instant notifications whenever I do upload. And of course, give this video a thumbs up, share it, and do all the fancy things that you can do with it. And dare forget to drop your Instagram handles on my comment box so that we all know exactly where to find you. Mwah! Stay beautiful. The first job, the first category, I'm going to go to hospitality. So I am from Cape Town, so hospitality is something that I could easily and always linger on, since that industry, that side is sharp, or at least it worked cutely. So the things that I did in hospitality that I think anyone could do, if you just commit yourself and you tell yourself that this is not something that you're going to be doing forever, but you're going to gauge skill from this, and you're going to make money, because that's what you need to do. I was a waiter, which was amazing. And being a waiter, honestly, there's not much that's required from you. All you need is just to be present and just serve people. Do your best to serve them beautifully. It doesn't always happen, but you can try and make money. The better and the more effort you show, the more money you're gonna make. Honestly, I made a lot of money from this. It is sustainable. I would advise this if you do have time. Honestly, ka-ching is real there. Also, being a host, saying hello, hi to the people as they walk in. How are you? How may I help you? Where would you love to sit? These are the venues that we have. This is the section that we have, and I can take you to whichever. Tell me the vibe that you're here for, and I'll put you to the right place. So if you're just ready to give that kind of introduction to the door, cute money, always high. Rates per hour, honestly good, and cute little incentives. And then being a receptionist as well, it's very similar to hosting, but now you're working with the books and the phone and just handling that. That's something that I really enjoyed. You also learn your phone etiquette, which is something that I did take for granted, but with time I realized the power of working in bar and also working in stores. Working in stores, guys, literally it's stock control. It's you seeing how much stock you receive, how much stock there is, how much stock there was used, how much stock you have distributed. It's basic things that you just need admin skill to get. And I don't think it's a lot. I just think you just need to commit. Just tell yourself, I'm at work and this is what I need to do, and after this I'm done, and khapush, it's the end of the day. And then another thing that I also did in hospitality was events coordination. Again, it sounds so gloom, glam, blah, but it's just following procedure of bringing an event or a function to life. So just, yeah, from step number 1, step number 2, and also the other thing is that if you don't know these things, because I also didn't go in with all the knowledge and knowing exactly what to do, I was like, snap, yes. No, it's a matter of, hi, I would love to do this job, and I can see it's available, and I'm committed to learning this job and acquiring the skill that is needed, and for me to doing my very best with what I learn. So it's just being hungry to learn, I suppose. And then finally, before my cherry on top little cute achievement, it's like a tiny little achievement, I worked at McDonald's. Guys, when I worked at McDonald's, I mean, I would only advise you to work at McDonald's or any other commercial restaurants there is, the Steers, the KFCs, if you really, if that's the only thing that there is, purely because you can't really earn tips. And that for me kind of changes the game, because the fact that you can earn tips in hospitality is also the beauty of it, because if your efforts, your work shows through your tips. If you put the work that day, you go home and you're like, whereas McDonald's, you must be there for something else. You will get the money, but you want to learn something else. And I think customer service is something that I kind of got there, which I really appreciate. And also I did that because I had to. It was the only thing that I could. But there's definitely something to gain from every occupation. And then finally, with all these cute little things, I did say yes for junior manager in hospitality. This was still in Cape Town, guys. I think it's purely what you're willing to learn, what you're willing to give, and what's there, and what you're willing to say, I am going to do it. I know I'm not the greatest, I don't have to be, but if I am going to learn and give the best, the door will be open for you. So that's how I also became like a tiny little junior manager, walking around and being honored to be responsible for adults. Yes, interesting. So those are my hospitality categories. Then I'm going to go to tutoring. Tutoring, that is also another beautiful one. For me, tutoring, it really depends on the subject that you were good at when you were in high school. And it's not even the subject that you were good at. I won't even lie. If I look back into my high school, sometimes I used to just go in class and I'm just like, not today, please. But I was listening, and the way I learned, it's weird. Anyway, accumulated a skill, and I am also able to teach, which is amazing. So when I was out of high school, I tutored mathematics. So I worked for a company. You can work for a company. You can look for tutoring companies. There are so many out there. Eventually, the most beneficial one, you just have to have the confidence, babes, and say, hi, I am SiiTHEMBS. I provide these services, and they are mine, and I can give it to you. Kind of provided that service to anyone that needed that help. Also, I kind of availed myself to any other subject that I could see that you were weak at, and I know for a fact that I was strong at. And also, to grow the business, to make, if you want to expand your business, you start providing incentives to those that you already have and say, look, if I'm charging you 250 an hour, if you bring me someone else, I'm going to start charging you 220, for instance, but the new person 250, but because they brought and as they bring more people, their price goes down, but because they bring more people, you practically are making more for yourself, and that is really cute money. That money can pay rent. Trust me. Anyway, with the tutoring, yes, you can tutor for a company and you can tutor for yourself. Better for yourself. Go out there, be confident. It's honestly a service, it's yours. Even when you're working for that company still relies on your mind. It still relies on you to make a difference in another child's life and their understanding of their academics. So you're still the one responsible to a degree of that child's success or whatever understanding. You know what I'm saying? So just be confident and get out there. And also online, turning it into online, I started becoming busy when the more classes I had. So I decided to say, darling, I tutor on these days, but I'm availing this time till that time, the evening, where I can help you out with your homework or whatever we can do online tutoring. And it could be WhatsApp. I know online sometimes sounds too fancy and too like out of reach. Online can also just mean that I have your number, you have my number, you send me the picture, I calculate, you send me your calculation, I send you a voice note and say this is what you did wrong, this is my this is your correction, and then I create another sum. So obviously it's so weird. If you've done the subject, you will be able to create something out of it like that. You will. It's weird. So you just create something, or you go onto the internet and find resources from other schools, things that are approved by government. These things exist, and give that person, test them, see if they understand, and do it in different ways, in different means. And I used to create tests for them even to see their understanding. Before they write their own test, I created a test for them so that I know with what I know and understand and what I feel like I can give to them, this is as much, And honestly, the results, darling. Another thing you can do is promotions, which is probably one of my favorite things that I have done in this hustling little thingy game. It's so nice because you get different promotions for different things. It could be alcohol, it could be technological things. I remember we had to promote a watch. Even Cancer Day, events like that, providing pink nail polish. Oh, sometimes you have to do the promotion alone with new people. You like it's different, and the money differs depending where you find your promotions. I worked with different companies and different people, and sometimes it was great, and sometimes it's like, oh, honestly, I'm doing this because I need to do this. I know I can, and I'm not doing anything that day. But if I had if I had money in my bank account, I would not be doing this. But anyway, we're here now. So promotion, I would advise, go for it. Try it. It's for everyone who's willing to do it. Anyone who's willing to do it, it's for you. And then another thing that would help, I think, especially, this is one thing that is probably gonna help. I need to go back into this. Transcribing, guys, transcribing is basically you writing minutes. It's online. There's something called rev.com. I'm going to add that on the description below. You can do that. You get videos, audios, and all you do is just bring it to life through words. You edit its grammar, you type the missing words, you put the capitals where they need to be. It's basically you flaunting your English knowledge that you have been learning all your life. You don't have to have a degree for this. Literally, it's you. Do you speak English? Do you know how to read? Write? There's no excuse for you to be poor, darling. And another thing that I did that I think that you guys should also do, and it's so weird. You think that you're going to be looked for when it comes to this position specifically. No one's going to look for you. You have to find that position. Being an office administrator, but an office administrator, but a very flexible one. So finding a small business that you can see that is run by 1 or 2 people, and you can see that even from their social media presence, that there's something that needs a bit of a life here. You can avail yourself and say, hi darling, look at my social media. I can work when I feel like it. So I feel like working for you right now, and I can provide those services as long as you have something to add on my wallet for me. Honestly, those people, sometimes they really have the money, but just didn't know who and how to approach that person. And because you've availed yourself of that service, voila, there's work for you. And office administration, flexible hours, and you having obviously to respond to certain emails for them, and making sure the diary is on par. It's weird. And you can do it whilst in college, because I was in college when I was doing that. No excuse. Another one, freelance modeling, freelance dancing, freelance acting, freelance anything that you have a skill that you can provide on the table, and just, be within the people. Hi. Yes. You freelance in whatever skill. If you can paint, go for it. If you can type very fast, go for it. Whatever skill that you have, provide it to the people and charge it. That's side hustling. Then finally, guys, finally, I cannot not stress the importance of this, even though I am a tiny channel right now. Starting a YouTube channel is side hustling. of whatever sense, of whatever form. It's a platform where you can play with creativity. With that said, during the process of creativity, you get to learn how to edit. It's a process. You will improve. It's inevitable if you're doing it. If you are trying to grow, you're going to market your platform. So their marketing skills. Where are we going? We're acquiring skills here, right? Storytelling. If you know that you are beautiful at storytelling and you can provide that skill in the world that is definitely wanting this world, this YouTube world is growing. That's why you need to be chilled. Even if you have 1 subscriber, it's not the end of the world, darling. Just get your act together. That's all. So with YouTube, you can learn brand management. You can learn managing a channel itself. You can also, what else did I write? And then eventually you would benefit. You could benefit from ads. You can benefit from brands working with you. Eventually, I mean, I'm not lucky yet, but eventually these things happen. So that is YouTube alone is a pool of skill that you can acquire, that you can also provide, because with time, if you are so good with your YouTube, so beautiful, you can provide workshops, free workshops, or you can also provide masterclass that people pay for, because if you are doing it very well at some point, people want to know how are you doing it, and they will pay for it. So a side hustle is literally something that you are doing now, and one day it could be a business, or you're just doing it now so that you can pay the bills. Regardless of what motivation you have for it, side hustle requires more than just doing it. It needs your heart, it needs dedication, it needs focus, it needs you to be present. I'm wishing you all the best. I hope you learned 1 or 2 or 3 things out of this thing that you could possibly do to make extra cash for yourself. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe down below. I enjoy your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you, darling. That brings you to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Here are more videos that you can crunch on in the meanwhile till my next upload. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to activate your rainbow energy. Stay beautiful.